Want to stop spending money on seeds every spring and start growing your garden from what you already have? I get it. Seed saving sounds amazing, but is it in practice? It feels confusing, time-consuming, and honestly, risky. What if you store them wrong? What if they don't sprout? What if you end up losing your whole crop next year? Here's the truth no one tells you. Seed saving is way simpler than it seems if you start with the right plants. And the best part? These are crops you're probably already growing. I've been saving seeds on my homestead for over a decade, and we've taught tens of thousands of homesteaders to do the same through our videos. Today, I'll walk you through the easiest, most foolproof plants to start with. We're going to break down 8 crops from tomatoes to spinach, and for each one, I'll show you when to harvest seeds, how to store them, and what to avoid if you want a strong, healthy garden next season. Let's get into it. Tomatoes. Simple until you rush. Tomatoes are the golden child of seed saving. Just one ripe fruit gives you hundreds of seeds, enough for years. No fancy tools, no special timing. You scoop them out, spread them to dry, sounds like a win. And that's exactly where most gardeners stop too early. What many people forget is that tomato seeds are coated in a natural germination inhibitor. It's a slimy film that doesn't wash off. If you skip the fermentation stage, you're not saving seeds, you're saving frustration. They'll sit in your soil next spring and stay there, ungerminated, unbothered. Fermenting is simple. 2 to 3 days in a jar with water. Good seeds sink, rinse, dry, store. Harvest only from your healthiest, ripest tomatoes. Avoid green shoulders, cracked skins, or any hint of disease. Properly stored, these seeds will last up to 7 years and sprout like they were planted yesterday. Peppers, generous with seeds, ruthless with surprises. Of all garden plants, peppers might be the easiest to collect from. No soaking, no fermentation, just slice open a fully ripe pepper, tap the seeds onto a plate, let them dry. Job done, which makes them dangerously easy to underestimate. What you don't see is what's happening in the air around them. Cross-pollination. If you've got a spicy pepper growing near your sweet bells, next year's crop might come with unexpected heat, or worse, a bland, confused mess of neither. The seeds will grow, but what they become is anyone's guess. To keep your genetics clean, save seeds only from isolated plants, at least 50 feet from other pepper varieties, and always pick from deeply colored, fully mature fruit, not the underdeveloped early harvest. Once dry, store your seeds in a labeled paper envelope in a cool, dark place. No need for the freezer, just keep them safe from moisture, and time will do the rest. Wait, here's one stat that honestly breaks my heart. 80% of people watching this channel aren't subscribed. Let's fix that today. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks in advance. Beans. Easy to store but unforgiving if rushed. Beans make you feel like a seed-saving pro on day one. They're big, visible, and often dry themselves right there on the plant. You let the pods get brown and papery, pop them open, and there they are, ready to store. But most failures happen when you rush it. Pods must be fully dry, not almost there, dry enough to rattle. If you shell beans too early, you trap moisture inside and mold follows. And mold doesn't just kill the seed, it invites decay, ruins storage, and wastes months of effort. So wait, let nature do the curing. If rain threatens, harvest the whole plant and finish drying indoors. Store in breathable containers, paper envelopes or glass jars with a desiccant pack, label with variety and year, and enjoy the fact that beans, when properly stored, can last 3 to 5 years or more. Lettuce, dozens of seeds and one overlooked detail. Lettuce bolts fast. And when it does, it goes from leafy beauty to tall flowering stalk almost overnight. That's your cue. It's seed time. But here's what many gardeners don't realize. Lettuce seeds don't ripen all at once. The flowers turn into little white tufts like tiny dandelions, and that's when individual seeds are ready. You'll need to collect every few days over a week or two, gently pulling seeds from the fluff before they blow away. It's a patient rhythm, but the payoff is huge. A single plant can give you hundreds of seeds. Choose plants that were slow to bolt and had no pest or disease issues. Otherwise, you're saving those traits too. Once dry, store in paper envelopes. Lettuce seeds can last up to 6 years in proper conditions, though they germinate best in the first 2. Peas, the sibling to beans with one unique twist. Like beans, peas are among the easiest seeds to save. Big pods, obvious drying, no processing required. You let the pods mature until they're fully dry and brittle on the vine. But here's the thing. Peas are more sensitive to humidity. A damp late season can trick you into thinking pods are dry when the seeds inside are still soft. The fix is simple. After harvest, finish drying peas indoors in a warm, dry spot for at least a week. Listen for the rattle, then store them just like beans. One bonus, peas tend to self-pollinate, so you rarely have to worry about crossbreeding. If you grow multiple varieties, they'll usually stay true, a rare relief in the seed-saving world. Cucumbers. More effort, but totally worth it. Cukes don't like to make seed saving easy. You need to let them get way overripe. Soft, yellow, almost rotten looking. Most people harvest cucumbers for eating before the seeds are mature. So if you want viable seeds, you'll have to sacrifice a few fruits and let them go full grandpa mode on the vine. Scoop out the seeds, ferment them in water just like tomatoes to remove the gel coating, then rinse and dry. They'll store for up to 10 years, one of the longest shelf lives of any garden seed, but only if you harvest them at full maturity. Spinach. Tiny seeds, but surprisingly strong. Spinach gets overlooked because its seeds are small and its plants bolt quickly, but once it flowers, it sends up a stalk full of clustered seeds. Let the stalk fully dry on the plant, then strip off the seeds by hand. Be sure to wear gloves. Mature spinach seed can be pokey. It's best to save seeds from several plants to keep genetic diversity high. Spinach is wind-pollinated, so if you grow multiple varieties, separate them by at least 1,000 feet or grow just one at a time. Stored well, spinach seeds can last around 5 years. Onions. Patience pays off. Most people grow onions from sets, not seeds. But if you want to save your own, you'll need patience. Onions are biennials. That means you'll harvest seeds in the second year. Let a few healthy onions overwinter in the soil, or store them and replant, and next spring they'll send up tall flower stalks. Once those globe-shaped blooms start to dry and crack open, cut the whole stalk, hang it upside down, and collect the black seeds as they fall. Onion seeds don't last long, maybe 1 to 2 years, so label them well and use them soon. But few things feel as satisfying as growing a full onion crop entirely from your own seed. Totally worth the wait. Bonus secret. Thanks for sticking with me this far. As a thank you, here's one final tip that most people don't even know exists. Let's say you've got a jar of seeds from 3 years ago. You're not sure if they're still good, but you don't want to waste garden space finding out. Here's a quick way to test seed viability in just 3 days. No soil, no guessing. Take 10 seeds from the batch, place them on a damp paper towel, fold it over, and seal it inside a plastic bag or small container. Label it and leave it in a warm place like the top of your fridge or a sunny windowsill. Check on them once a day. By day 3 or 4, you'll know your germination rate. If 8 out of 10 sprout, that's 80% still solid. If it's 2 or 3, time to say goodbye. This tiny test can save you weeks of disappointment and help you plant with confidence. Today we explored how to save seeds from 8 different crops. Pretty fascinating, right? Wishing you a smooth and successful seed saving season, and I'll see you in the next one.